Welcome everyone to the Breachway Combat Alpha. Today we'll be starting a new run. The Discord's having a bunch of conversation about some people having issues with the Marauder. So the Marauder is what we're going to be running today. Now let's get right into it. Onto the first star system. First up, spend our free reactor energy. We're going to go with mass, since most of the light flag attacks will be using mass to cast. Prepare for combat. So the basic premises is we want to play our flag attacks, get that shred in to increase the damage of our flag attacks, and then take down our enemy without taking too much damage ourselves. We're going to be taking 4 damage, so I'm going to throw up a hasty defense. It will cost us 3 hull, but we'll save 1 and we'll have plenty of shields left for the next round. Always start with your free cards. In this case, we're going to get 1 ordnance for every 2 hull that we spend. So we're going to optimize. And then, since we do not have enough hull to play both rearm and hasty defense, we'll just play the hasty defense. Start with an opening shot to get 1 shred in. And then we'll end our turn. The opponent will play his Flag Barrage for 3 to 7. We'll up our own shields with another shield pulse, giving us 8. And then we can rearm to get ordnance if we end our turn with 3 or less. Proactive aim will increase our flag attack to max damage. So yes, please. Then we'll play a twin shot, adding 1 more shred. That gives us a light barrage. And then we'll end turn. We'll start off with double light barrage, see if we can take down either of his combat systems. That's the reload gone, and that should take care of the laser burst. There we go. Since we have no incoming attacks, we do not need to play our shield cards, and we do not have enough hull to expand capacity. Gonna swap 1 from hull to ordnance so we can play more attacks, but it's already on 5 hull remaining, so this next attack will finish him off. After combat, we get the option to upgrade one of our equipment cards. On the right, you'll see the preview of which 2 cards you have a choice from. We're not going to upgrade our shield. It's the basic shield, and we're hoping to get a better one from the first space station. Basic ion I'm going to replace as well, so I'm not going to upgrade that card. Light Flag has some good upgrades. My preference here would be Flag Barrage. We'll look at the Armory. Predictive Aim we already have. Repair is not a great card, since we do not need to remove Shred. In the Resource Bay, we have Ammo Dump and War Effort, both great cards. War Effort basically transforms 2 energy and 2 hull into ordnance, and Ammo Dump is just free ordnance. The ammo dump does deplete while the war effort can be played over and over. Tough choice. We're going to upgrade our resource bay though. And I am going to pick that ammo dump just to keep the deck smaller since it will deplete. And then we'll continue on to the next fight. So we have an incoming flag barrage. That means we'll shield pulse. We do not have a use for predictive aim, so I'm gonna discard that one. I am gonna get the rearm up since we have the resources for it, and that free ammo dump for free ordnance. Okay, took 2 hull, but that's fine. We have the repair kit. Um, that's another fort 3 to 7. So I'm gonna put up another hasty defense. Discard the shield pulse since we're already on 12 shields. We'll start off with opening shot to get shredding. So our light barrage is now 3 to 5. 4 damage. So we do not get another stack of shred, unfortunately. So we're on 5 hull. That means I can't play both expand capacity and twin shot. I want to get some damage in before his shield barrier uh, goes off. So I'm going to discard my expand capacity, play my optimization. Then it's twin shot to get another free light barrage, and then double light barrage. That disables all his systems, so we'll end turn and then wait for more attacks. Don't need those. I'm gonna draw 5. I have 2 shred stacks, so I'm not gonna use predictive aim next turn. I am gonna use my opening shot to get 4 damage in now. It doesn't add any shred stacks since it only adds shred when the opponent has 0. So we're optimizing twin shot, light barrage. So this time round, Flag Army has unstable explosives. It reduces minimum damage by 1, but it gives me 2 max damage. It is a time buff. It has a duration of 3, so we can make use of that for 3 turns. Always check your other equipment as well. Asteroid Ore is definitely one card I would recommend. It makes it a lot easier to get your buffs up, like rearm and expand capacity, which then gives you the option to reinvest hull energy regeneration into either energy or ordnance. So we're going to pick up Asteroid Ore and continue on. Third node, the escape pod. This will get us a new crew member. He will automatically be assigned to the first open slot, which will now arm our basic Ion. The Ion attack is only there to shred shields, which will help us to shred shields, then land our attacks, so we can build up more shred stacks. We have a choice for a credit cache or maintenance dock. Maintenance dock will give us 8 hull. This can go for your maximum cap of 60, but since we have Lena, who is a hacker, we're taking the credit cache. Normally this would get us 50 credits, but we now get 80 due to the hacker girl. On to fight number 3. So this is Vassal. Vassal fires Starflare rockets. Rockets have a 1 turn delay. That means he will fire on his turn and it will land on the next. So keep that in mind when playing your shield cards. So we'll start off with Asteroid Ore, expand our capacity. We do not need a shield since the Star Flare will hit not this turn but the next turn. We do not need our predictive aim, so we are going to opening shots. I am going to discard my shield pulse. I should either draw one of my other two shield cards to block against that Star Flare, which I did not. And that's a bummer. The opponent has no shield currently. It'll only have that in 2 turns, so we're going to ditch our Ion Spear and our Sling, get in that optimization, ammo dump, twin shot, then fire off double light barrages. Going to take 6, unfortunately. Well, that's how it goes sometimes. Firing off another Starflare missile. This one we are going to shield because we do not have the capacity to get lethal this turn. We will rearm, then get hasty defense, nullify half of the shield hull loss in this case. I could twin shot and get another light barrage, but that will clutter up the deck a bit. Since we're on 3 shred stacks, that means light barrage is on max damage, so we'll just pop out 2 of those. And keep our twin shot for next round. We start with optimization. I'm going to kill that volley, so there's no need for shields, ions. We're on 6 hull, so we're just twin shot and light barrage. Oh, moving up for another opening shot. The fight will always give you one of the shield subsystems. In our case, we get Shield Initiator, which is awesome. It lets us start a fight with 4 shields up. And on the equipment, we're going to upgrade. Take Aim is a really good card since it increases both min and max damage, which makes it easier to hit your shred. These are the same as optimization, but they give different resources. We are not really spending a lot of energy, so we don't need the hull for equivalence. Conservation is the same issue. We do have Hone Shot, which I personally like. It's more expensive on the initial, but if you have 4 stacks of shred, it's just a 1 hull cost. Fortunately, it doesn't get upped by shred stacks, but with a damage range of 3 to 8, it should always land, hopefully, on 4 plus for another shred stack itself. So we'll take Home Shot. Now we did get the Shield Initiator. We are not going to equip that onto our weak shield, since it's not an option to remove your subsystems. So we'll just head into the space station. So on the right, we have the shop part. We can buy one of the systems or subsystems. Unfortunately, we're only on 200 credits. There's a bunch of good stuff in there. Fortifier to replace our basic shield, which will increase our survivability since we are not reliant on using hull or the depleted shield pulses. PDC array gives you anti-missile attacks that deplete. Quad flag is really good. It's an awesome card. Follow up gives us a depleting flag attack for every light barrage covering fire or spread shot that the system itself fires. So if you have light barrage from light flag and quad flag, it will only proc on the one that's part of the light flag weapon. Ammo pod gives us missiles, which we do not use, and we already have a shield initiator. Well, I would have liked to get both Fort Fire and the quad flag, but we're just going to sell our basic shield. Get that fortifier in. Equipped our shield initiator. Am I going to equip my shield initiator? Uh, Choices. I could sell both the shield initiator and the basic ion to pick up a quad flag. I'll just equip the shield initiator and keep the basic ion for now. Sandro's pocking his crew skill, got quick reflexes. That means we will start the next combat with advantage. Advantage depends on the crew member that procs it. Every crew member has a different effect when proccing their advantage. In our case, Sandro is going to give us 2 extra card slots for the first 2 rounds of combat. So we have a laser pulse incoming, that's 4 damage, but we have the shield initiator that will block the 4. He has no shield himself, so we do not need to cast a sling. That means I can just ammo dump, opening shot, light barrage, twin shot, and light barrage again. His shield will only be cast in 2 more turns, so I'm going to discard the sling. I only need 1 shield attack for his next laser pulse, so I'm also going to discard our auto shield and keep the fortify for next round. So we're going to asteroid ore into rearm. I could play the expanded capacity, but that is increased for every card slot we currently have. And due to the advantage, it's costing 2 hull more. So I'm going to not play it this round. I'm going to discard it actually. Play 1 Fortify to block the shield pulse. And try to get in some shred with home shot. Discarding the ion. We'll keep the Fortify for next round. Hopefully we can take out the torpedo. That will save us a headache in 2 rounds. The shield's barrier could also be a good takedown. We have 16 hull left, which we should be able to finish off on time. So optimization, expand capacity. No, it's going to get his torpedo off. 16 next round. So I'm keeping the ion spare to get rid of his barrier next round. Heavy pulse will deal 9, so I'm keep my fortify. I'm ditching the predictive aim. So the torpedo has a 2-turn delay. So we're on a bit of a timer, and hopefully we can take him out before that torpedo hits us. Oh, we have the ion spare, so we're going to break his shield. That means we can disable his heavy pulse for 2 turns. That's twin shot, light barrage, light barrage. And since everything's disabled or broken, I'm going to get rid of everything to get a kill next round. We have the option in unload, but we need to play 3 flag attacks. Since it's early game, it's not that great a card. It combos really well if you have the follow-up subsystem, which gives you 3 flag attacks, which makes it easier to proc unload. Volatile Barrage, 08. Um, it's a gamble card. You're better off. Personally, I think Light Barrage is a better option. I'm not going to upgrade my basic Ion to Ion attacks is enough in general. Uh, Auto Shield's not something I like to play. Rampart's a bit expensive in my taste. Predictive aim, take aim. So we're going to pick up a take aim. If we get a good turn, we can just pump our damage and then unload. Next up, we can take either a maintenance dock to get some repairs in, or picking up a crew member. Picking up the crew member Zan, it will trigger an event on the last pre 2 nodes in theory. Um, since I don't really need the maintenance dock, I'm going to pick up Zan instead. And on to our next fight. So it's going to shield pulse for shield, load an iron attack that does nothing this round, and it's going to launch a star flare. That means we do not need any of our shield cards. So Ashford or for 10 optimization to get some more ordnance, and then rearm and expand capacity, which gives us a ton of ordnance. I am gonna pull one out here so I have enough regen to cast one fortify next round. So good thing to note, he's going to cast Boomerang, which will deplete our shields. If we have 12 shields, it's just going to evaporate the shield. It does no hull damage. Missiles will hit before cards are played. So we'll take 6 first, and then he's going to Boomerang. So we can have 2 now, which means we can auto shield for 4. That gives us 6 on 6. I do lack the energy to play any of the other cards, unfortunately. He's going to pulse again. So I'm going to ditch one of the fortifies. Get rid of the aim. I need to play that shield next round. So unfortunately I can't save up for the Ion Spear. That means we're just going to brute force a shield with damage in this case. Min rolls all round. That's a shame. So we're taking 12 ion, which means two of our resources get reduced by one, which unfortunately hits our energy, which does make it so we can't play our fortify to block that missile. Um, in that case, we're going to go ammo dump. I'm going to take the sling in hopes of delaying him with ion as well. And we'll start with opening shot, which reduces the cost of hone shot by one, which only hits for min damage. Take one out, put one in, and end my turn. So he'll launch volley on his turn, which means he'll hit in 2 turns. He has no shield, so unfortunately, Ion Spear will not do much for us this round. Get rid of the Fortify as well. I'm going to Predictive Aim to increase the damage of Twin Shot. Get another stack of Shred, and I will play Double Light Barrage. And put one back into Ordnance. I won't have Kill, so I'll just discard the Light Barrage and get new ones. Six Ion targeting our Ordnance, that's fine. So we'll be taking 12, which is unfortunate, which we can only block 6. Um, that gives us 4, 6 next turn for 2. So I don't need the auto shield. So we'll put on the Fortify to block our missile. Get rid of the Ion, Predictive Aim. We don't have the hull for twin shots either. No, we're just gonna double Light Barrage. Which took out his shield generator. No shield cards, unfortunately, so we'll just take aim. Get in that opening shot. Take out all his weaponry for this round. Next round, I want to play my 2 attacks. Get rid of that one. So we got some predictive. Nope. We'll put in a Light Barrage. And some predictive aim. Go hone shot. And then we'll finish it up next turn. To the next node, which means I had to restart my run. We basically have the same upgrades as last run. I did have to take a Flak Barrage instead of a Hone Shot, and instead of picking up Zan from the escape pod, I picked up a Reactor upgrade. In the long run, that's a better investment, in my opinion, than a crew member that will not man a gun, even if we do miss the event. Onto the elite combat. So he's going to play some missile defense, which gives him a static weapon that shoots missiles. We're not playing missiles, so we can ignore that one. Basic laser, he's going to shoot these missiles. There's three types, one that target each of your primary resources. They will go through shields, so if you can't destroy them, make sure you're as low on that value as possible, since you'll be taking hull damage equivalent to the resources lost. We'll start off with opening shot. Since we're taking 4 damage, our auto shield will take those 4, so we will not have to play a shield card. I'll start off with Flak Barrage, since that has the better option to giving another Shrek stat, which it does. It goes to 2. That means Twin will do well more damage. No Shrek stack, unfortunately. We can end turn. So there goes the hull missile. We'll be on 6 hull, unfortunately, so I can either. Well, we're going to take hull damage anyway. He's going to fire his laser, so that will be 4 hull damage. Because if I. We're going to end up with 4 hull damage regardless. So I'll just put up the 4 to. Are we though? I'll put up the expand capacity to give us an extra card slot. He has shields, so the Light Barrage will not do anything. I don't want to play my buff cards since I want to play Fortify next round. So I'll just discard those. I'll keep the Light Barrage. So we have no incoming attacks currently. That means we can put optimization into Asteroid Ore. We don't have any incoming attacks, so I do not need to play my Fortify. That means I can play Rearm. And then I can Ion Spear his Gamma Missile. And follow that up with a Light Barrage. So we got Heavy Pulse incoming. That's 9 damage. So we'll start off with Ammo Dump. I'm not going to gamble on the Sling. Ioning his Heavy Pulse is risking 9 damage versus 3. So I'll just Fortify for 6. Get rid of. He's going to Barrier, so I'll keep the Sling, drop the Fortify since I don't have enough energy income, and then just double Light Barrage. Optimization first. I can disable with Ion Spear. Since the laser is going. Since the laser is going to hit this turn. Well, let's get. Hang on. Gammas. Yeah, I have too many ordnance anyway. I'll disable the Gamma missile. And then hopefully here I can disable his laser. There we go. Light Barrage. 4. No shield doesn't mean sling. I need 9 hull damage. So I'll keep the take aim. So we're going to take aim. Opening shot just for damage. And flak barrage. Grab a burst shield. We're already starting on the fortifier, so I'll probably end up selling the burst shield. Singular focus has a use, but only if you have a lot of more shield cards and more of those buff attack cards. Do I need? I'll just go for another flak barrage. We can either take the easy route for maintenance dock into space station, or take a subsystem cache into elite combat. I'm going to take the elite combat because the elite combat drops 2 subsystems, one for laser, one for flak. We're hoping we're getting the flak one. So we can either take supply cache, which boosts our asteroid or our ammo dump by 2 each. But I'm going to pick this command unit to give me 1 more card slot. We're going to slot that immediately into our resource bay. Okay, so we'll optimization into ammo dump. 3 cards first. Opening shot to get that shred going. Launch shot with a twin shot. Followed up by a light barrage. So he has a repulsor field. Minimum flak damage is 0 when shielded. And enemy lasers deal -2 damage while shielded. So we'll make good use of our Ion Spear and Ion Sling to get rid of those shield pulses because he's playing those every turn. And then we can just keep going with damage. As you can see, Light Barrage would now do 0.5, but we're having none of that. We'll start off with Ion Spear, get that Trident out of the way. That Trident will turn into 3 missiles. So that will be 12, that will be 18 versus just a 6 on the Star Flare. So now it no longer has any shields, so we're back on 4-5. I am gonna go for take aim. That means you can do protective aim or unfortunately expand capacity, but it will increase our damage. So we'll go 5-8. That's a minimum 1 shred stack, and that's 5-6 for another one. Fortunately, we didn't break any of his weapons, so we'll need to put out a shield next turn. I'll keep the capacity. I should be able to play it next round. And we will not, so we're going to discard it instantly. because I will play one of my fortifies. That means I can toss the other one. I'll keep this. No, the sling. I'll keep it just in case. The rearm, and I'll just play a flag barrage. Unfortunately, 0-7, so it only does 2 damage, even though we have the force shred. So we'll go asteroid ore into rearm into sling. So we break that one shield, but it'll get double ionized and into flag barrage. Breaking both weapons, awesome. That means I can discard my shields and go next turn. So no shields, so I don't need capacity. I don't need ion spear. I can take aim for more damage. We're already doing basically max damage, so predictive aim has no use. We'll go light barrage since that's shredding 5, so we'll get another stack for 5-7, and that means that our flag barrage will also do full damage. And I finished up like a gangster with opening shot. So unfortunately, we got pain target. It's the laser part. So we'll just bank that and set up at the space station. I'm going to go with unstable explosives. It's a free turner, so we'll make some use out of it if we stack our attacks in a turn. So that means we can sell our burst shield, sell the pain target. Okay, so let's see. We don't need shields. Um, I don't have crew to mount one of the other weapons. I would like to pick up quad flag, and well, am I? I am. I'm going to sell my laser. My ion. Sorry. I'll pick up the quad flag. I'll also get a follow up. And then the question is Dynamo versus Reactor upgrade. And the Dynamo is a better option in my opinion. So just buy one Dynamo. Slot up the follow up. So it's covering fire, spread shot, and light barrage. Uh, the light barrage is on the light flag, but the light barrages from twin shot also count as light flag, while quad flag has covering fire and will be taking up the second attack as well. Um, so follow up on the light flag is the best option in this case, and slot in the dynamo to our shield. We don't need battle stations or ammo pods. We took a bit of hull damage, so I'm just going to. Well, we're repairing for 3 due to our repair kit. So those go for 4, and let the rest go for natural regen. So I was going to play Cutting Beam. Cutting Beam is a 3 turn, 3 damage Buff is going to cast himself, so every turn he's going to shoot 3 damage, which we should be able to pick up with our shields. The drilling beam is the equivalent, but it does a lot more damage. First off, asteroid ore into expanding capacity, into opening shot. Since Flak Barrage has the better range, we'll go Flak Barrage, Light Barrage. That will proc the follow-up for a Flak Shell. That's on base at 0-3, but since we have 3 stacks of Shred, it's going to be 3 out of 3. We'll discard the auto shield. I should pick up one of the fortifies. So ammo dump to fortify first. That means we don't have energy for take aim. I'm going to redistribute 1 there, so I have fortify next round as well. Charge shot does max damage since he has shields. And followed up by Flak Barrage. Discard the rearm since we don't have the resources for it next turn. Start with optimization. The attacks will keep going, even though he's not playing them. Our only solution here is to disable the system itself to also disable the buff. So we're going to play Fortify last. So we can start off with twin shots to get another. There's one. Light Barrage. Into Flak Shell. So we're still going to take 3 damage, so I'll Fortify. So we could pick up the Unload, since we do have the follow-up now. Onslaught's also a nice option. It fires 1 Light Barrage per reproduction, but it has Exhaustive. That means it will fire up to 5 Light Barrages, which is only worth it when you have good enough shred stacks. So you're doing maybe 25 damage on that card. I don't want another Black Barrage recovering fire. Ramp are still too expensive. Don't need auto shield. Resource Bay has more effort. But we're already pretty on top of our regeneration. We could pick up a capacitor model to get some more energy each turn. So I'll take a capacitor module. We'll be starting with disadvantage. In this case, weapon cooldown. That means for 2 turns, other attacks will be discarded. That's not too bad since we'll still have resource regeneration, and it gives us enough chance to build up some fortify with our shields. It also has a semi-added benefit of stacking our ordnance as well, so we can unload on a big turn. So the attack is going to be discarded anyway, and I don't need predictive aim. Going to swap over one ordnance regen to energy regen. Um, it's the better option since we're going to get a lot of ordnance anyway. So luckily our shield took that damage from spread shot. So there go our attacks. So more ammo dump, more asteroid ore, one rearm. Unfortunately, we're going to take both covering fire and spread shot. But it is what it is. I don't have the hull to play the capacitor module, since I do want to block that flag barrage. So I'll play some fortify instead. Um, take aim has no use. Auto shield, I don't need it. I'll just play opening shot just to get rid of some shield. Don't need it. I don't need it. I'll keep the fortify for next round. So we just drew into a shit ton of attacks. Unfortunately, he also has a lot of shield due to the duration he's stacking. That means his shield doesn't deplete. So he's going to go Light Barrage, Spread Shot. We'll fortify first. And we'll look into what we have. So we only have 4 hull at the moment. So we'll go Charge Shot since that's the most damage. A guaranteed 7. Followed by Flak Barrage. Followed by another Flak Barrage, Light Barrage. That gets rid of all the shields. I'll just launch the Flex Shell. Fortunately, that had 0 damage. Take one out, put one into hull. Predictive aim is useless. Too bad that hit for max damage. Optimization first. We'll go for covering fire. Just predictive aim covering fire. It gives us a 60% for him to discard an attack. Unfortunately, not the one I wanted. Then we'll go into Flag Barrage, Light Barrage. Into double Flag Shell. Can't play that one. Can't play that one. I can either go one charge shot into fortify, but I'll go double flak since that's more damage. Disabling his shield. And then we'll fortify ourselves. I'm hoping to take out both of these next round. Got some more ordnance regen. If I do not get a weapon destruction, I can also play auto shield. So we're going flak barrage into twin. To auto shield to guard against that covering fire. Weapons destroyed, so I don't need more fortifies. Opening shot is maxed out. I'm going to take one energy, put it in there. Going to 6 next round. Hopefully get another light barrage with take aim and disable the final weapon. So we're going into unstable. You have a decent amount of max stacks. Take aim, light barrage into one more stack, into light barrage. And it gives us 2 flak shells for 5-5. Looking over all my options, and we're going to take Flotswack's spread shot. Spread shot's awesome. The damage is 0.5. It doesn't add shred, but it benefits from shred. But I'm mostly taking it for the missile destruction. It's a pretty good alternative to PDC. Fortunately, another disadvantage scramble. I think that's hand size reduction, which sucks anyway. Optimization always. So we're gonna take a light barrage, but we have our auto shield. I'm not loving it, but I'm gonna pull out 2 more damage. So opening shot into flak barrage. Side benefit from the reduced hand size, we can now play expand capacity at a reduced cost. Ooh, no, we can't. Buff expired. So we're going to ammo dump into capacitor, into flak barrage. Discard the capacity because we won't have the income for it next round. Okay, we took 5 damage from that, but we did not discard an attack. This is great, actually. We'll go Ashworth first into 1 fortify, into rearm. We don't have any more hull to play our attacks, which is shame, but not that bad. We can discard a covering fire um, because we should be able to manage with the fortifies. So he's nerfing our shield output. The added benefit here is that fortify boosts itself up to a maximum of 12. So we'll go fortify first for 5 shields. I could play the charge shot, but the twin shot will give me another light barrage. So we'll go twin shot into light barrage, into light barrage, into flak shell, into flak shell. I don't need the spread shot. I'm keeping the charged shot for me playing it next turn. The predictive aim I can discard for now. Okay, min damage, that's fine. So we'll put up the auto shield just to block the 2 damage. Oh no, we don't even have to because I can spread shot, do 1 to 5, and destroy that missile. But to boost damage some more, we'll go charge shot. Hopefully, get another stack. We did. That means we can go into another light barrage, into spread shot, into flak shell. So we'll take light barrage damage. Can't really help that one. We'll keep the fortifying light barrage. Uh, twin shot, light barrage, into flak shell. Euthetic armor. It's not great, but it's a free upgrade. Taking the surge. Surge either adds shields or gives you duration depending on how much shields you stacked. It plays well with fortifier since you can actually get 12 shields per fortified plate. So then you can use surge to add duration. So 2 fights left after this one. Um, Final shop only has missile pods and basic ion, neither of which we can use. So we can just pick up a reactor upgrade. The final boss doesn't use lasers; he uses flak attacks. So I can also sell the euthetic armor, giving us 290, which means another reactor upgrade. And then we'll repair. We'll take an energy and an ordnance. So we can either take maintenance dock for some more hull, but we're going to take the subsystem cache. Uh, Missile lock, great if you're playing missiles, but we do not have a missile rack on our ship. So we'll take up another command unit. Equip that one. Which one has the. Yeah, so it's going into our flag armory because our resource bay already has a command unit and we can't stack those. So we're looking into a star flare just this turn. So we'll start with optimization. Get the capacitor module running. Since we have no attacks incoming, I do not have to play the fortify. Um, I'll play the surge just to get some duration because we already have 4 shields. I'll go light barrage to break shields. Hopefully opening shot does... Oh, we got a flak shell. Hopefully this does at least 1 damage. It does 2, so we can get opening shot in. Get that extra shred. Play a flak barrage 4-7. Hopefully shred again. Unfortunately not. Keep the fortify. Unfortunately, he discarded my fortify. Not liking that. But we can go into spread shot to take out his missile. Go into asteroid ore. Into rearm. Into another flak barrage. So he's going to laser burst for 6. We got 4 shields. Auto shield makes that 8. It'll draw us another fortify, which you can possibly play next turn. Start off with that ammo dump. Can't play the explosives because I want to put out that fortify. So I'm going to take one out, put one in. That should give us unstable explosives next round. Discard a predictive aim. And then we can unleash the next round. Unfortunately, that is going to hurt. So charge shot first, since it does max damage. Then we can only do flak barrage, unfortunately. Put another hull generation. Too bad we got the spread shot this round. We'll take aim. Go into twin shot. To flak. Into light barrage. Into flak barrage. Nice, destroy this barrier into a flak shell for 2-6. Check out his hack shield. So we're looking at a star flare next round, but we have spread shot for that. I am going to pop my. I'm not going to. I'm going to pop the auto shield, and then the search for duration. Discard the fortify. Keep the spread shot to take out the star flare, and hopefully get that laser burst. and finish it off with a flak shell. And that's our final upgrade. I'll pick up this disarm. It fires a covering. It shoots a covering fire for every attack the enemy is playing. So that could potentially round up to three attacks for just a 4/4. I'll only take light blast damage. I'm going to start off with rearm since I really need that ordnance later on. We'll also play out one of our flag rushes just to manage his shield better. He gains a shit ton of shield, and you need to manage it before it gets out of hand. Um, Keep the fortify for next round, and also keep the flag rush since it does a good amount of damage. I won't have enough for the capacity, so I can discard that one, play the fortify to block the missile and the titanium shells. I want to keep my energy for shield cards, so I'll just play off a flak barrage. Get some more hull energy. So we'll go into optimization, into fortify, to auto shield, get some more shields going. We'll get a duration with the surge because we won't take any damage, so we'll keep all our 11 shields. And we'll go opening shot to dwindle that shield down. Keep the spread shot for next turn, as well as the barrage. Discard a take aim. Store door into ammo dump. I want to unload this round, so I can play the capacitor module. Play capacitor to get one extra energy each round. So we'll start off with charged shot. RNG the spread shot. Too bad. Getting that flak barrage, light barrage, flak shell. Go fortify because I will get attacked next round. We'll take aim. The explosive will not do anything for now because I don't have any shred stacks. So we'll go flak barrage, twin shot, light barrage, flak shell. So without any shield cards, we can play our explosives into take aim. So going to double flak into light barrage. I could search for duration, but the missile is going to take 6, and the flak barrage is minimum damage is 4. So I'm just going to search for more shield. And twin shot to get his shields down. And get another flak light barrage in. Keeping the fortifying the auto shield. We'll take retail damage, so we're going to go fortify first. Start off with light barrage. Hopefully get that shield down. Create into opening shot. Get that shred going. Into another flak barrage. Hopefully take out that shield. Unfortunately not. I keep the auto shield in the spread shot for next round. Decent roll 5. So we'll start off with fortify. The shield will catch the missile, so I don't need to play spread shot. So I'll go with a charge shot, get out 7 shields. He's going to launch 2 attacks, so we'll start off with the covering fire. Discarded one of his attacks. And then we'll take the Flak Barrage since it's the most damaging attack. And we'll play Surge for Shields. Okay, we're taking a gamble. Hopefully, we're doing enough damage to take out that shield generator. Saving up to get a better turn next round. Open up with Flak Barrage. Opening shot to get one more shred going. And then a Light Barrage. Great, that took out 3 of his systems. Hopefully, we can take out 2 more. Need 1 more damage on that Vindicator. Unfortunately, not. I'll just play the Fortify. And there we go. The final boss taken out by flak damage. Nope, pineapples all the way. And that concludes the Breachway combat demo. I hope you enjoyed watching. Stay tuned for more Breachway content.